Welcome back to the Jimi Cigar Review. You can call me DJ, and today we're taking a look at the Davidoff, Nicaragua. Let's go! Davidoff master blenders have utilized the volcanic soil of Nicaragua to create the bittersweet perfection that is the Davidoff Nicaragua. The Davidoff Nicaragua is a 6.5 by 50 cigar. This true Nicaraguan puro consists of a Habano Rosado Nicaraguan wrapper, Nicaragua Habano Jalapa binder, and Nicaraguan fillers. This is a premium cigar worthy of the name Davidoff. Slightly sweet, with spices and caramel, this is one hell of a good cigar. Now I'd love to tell you more, so grab a drink and a smoke if you got one, and let's get right into the review. So today we are revisiting Davidoff. If you haven't seen my last video on Davidoff, check it out. It's a Davidoff Winston Churchill. Not the late hour, just the actual Davidoff Winston Churchill size. And suffice it to say, I wasn't super impressed with that cigar. Also, this, just don't worry, it'll be back. We will look normal again soon. We will look correct again soon. 2 weeks. 2 weeks tops. And it's fine. I just, every now and then, about once a year, maybe once every 2 years, I gotta take it down to base zero. Otherwise, I feel like I want to peel my face off. So, we're good. The beard will be back. But anyway, this cigar right here. We're still in spooky season. We should be. I checked my editing schedule just the other night. We should still be. Otherwise, this will look silly. But also won't matter, because if you watch this in the middle of June next year, it'll be spooky. Anyway, so this cigar right here is the Davidoff Nicaragua, and to my knowledge, it is not a Nicaraguan puro. I believe that is correct. I believe it's comprised of many tobaccos, and I'm not going to look it up, because I'm going to smoke it, and I'm going to find out. And you already know, because the voiceover just told you. But in order to find out if this Davidoff right here blows me away compared to the Davidoff Winston Churchill I smoked, we got to stop yapping, and we got to start smoking. It's a pretty tight draw, due to the shape. I believe it's looks kind of like a perfecto, but it's not very tapered. Right off the bat, there is more. There's a lot more to this cigar than there was with the Davidoff Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill was insanely light, almost no flavors at all, really. It tasted like a premium cigar, but a boring premium cigar. This has pepper and spice and a little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of maybe coffee. It's nice. It's not what I would picture a Davidoff tasting like, especially compared to the Winston Churchill. It's still maybe a medium-bodied cigar. It's nothing by any means that's going to blow you away strength-wise. It's still very palatable. Like I said, medium. It has a good amount of pepper to it, though. I'm surprised. It's on the finish. It tingles the tongue. Maybe just a little splash of black and red pepper. This is a good cigar. I believe this was $22-ish. So right away, it's not burning like a $20 plus cigar. It's fully lit. It's just simply not burning. So we're going to twirl. And as I said when I started this channel, we're going to twirl this bitch straight. But so far, kind of like a spicy cinnamon coffee. But leathery coffee. Yeah. There's some leather to it. There's some spice. There's a little bit of coffee sweetness. It's good. It is. I'm over smoking it, obviously. I'm trying to taste. I'm trying to see if this is better than the Winston Churchill or just different. The jury's still out. But it's not a bad cigar, I'll say that. It has a nice flavor profile. It's kind of like a Aganorsa flavor profile to it. Aganorsa leaf, like the Corojo wrapper, the blue one. Very kind of like my father's, spicy, peppery. It's not as smooth either. Like I remember that was one thing that I was pretty disappointed with the Davidoff Winston Churchill. It was not a smooth cigar. It was. Great flavor profile, truly, truly is. I'm gonna smoke on this down a bit before the trash can just... Never mind, we'll wait. It's Monday. Trash day is Monday. Don't get me wrong, this cigar was gifted to the channel, so thank you for the gift. I'm enjoying it, I really am. It's a great smoke. Just comparing the price point, I think there will always be brands in every industry. There's always a brand that will just simply price themselves above the others for the sake of saying we're more premium than you, and then people then go, oh, this costs more money, it's more of a premium cigar. Then they buy that cigar, and the cost of any product is what a consumer is willing to pay for it over and over and over again. So what Davidoff does is capitalize on the fact that people are buying into this elegance and this status of Davidoff, right? It's a good smoke though. It reminds me of the Flathead by CAO a lot. Just costing more money per puff. But it's beautiful. I mean, it is a beautiful, elegant band. It is a silky, creamy looking wrapper. It almost looks like it's a rosado wrapper. And I like the burnt orange there, the copper. And you know, slowly but surely, I think we're catching up with the band. Like I said, we're just going to keep twirling it around and smoking it. But let me smoke this down. I'll let you know if the flavors change, how the flavors develop, and I'll get back with you shortly. I'm back a little earlier than expected because of a couple reasons. The first, you can see, trust your cigars often. Twirl, 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 and you'll fix that burn a lot of the times. I'm impressed by this cigar for several reasons. And first, let me apologize. You may hear a dog. He will not stop yipping in the background. It's like 3 streets over, and he's just been left outside for I don't know how many hours, I guess. But the thing will not stop barking. Anyway, this cigar. I had an enlightening moment with this cigar. Specifically to this cigar. You see, typically when I smoke cigars, I will do a review when I'm doing a review, or just enjoying them for myself. I'll smoke the cigar, I'll kind of analyze what flavors I'm getting, I'll see what I can taste, I'll get a general idea of the tasting notes, and boom, it's like a game. I did it, check, 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 I got the flavor notes, cool, now I just smoke the cigar and enjoy it. I found that as I smoked it, smoking it slower, smoking it faster, throwing it through a retrohale, how I retrohaled, I ended up tasting all the various notes. Because I got curious. And I looked into the cigar a little bit, and I checked Davidoff's website, and I saw this list, and I'm like, okay, well, I've got about half of them, but I'm not getting caramel. I'm not getting, what was another one? I think it was mainly just caramel. Is the one that really triggered my what? Yeah, mainly caramel and chocolate, because I'm not getting too much chocolate. I was getting coffee, but I wasn't getting chocolate. And then I slowed down, and see, I started to kind of try and dissect this cigar. And I think for a cigar that's $20+, it's worth dissecting. While I'm smoking this cigar, I'm retrohaling it slow. I'm doing deep, very slow drags on the cigar. I want the smoke to fill my mouth as slow as possible. I want to taste every, kind of as it moves through the taste buds of the tongue and then push through the nose to see if I can really get all these flavors. Because this cigar boasts many flavors. And I could definitely taste several of them. Spice, leather, pepper, coffee, cream, chocolate, wood, spice again, and caramel. And it's broken down by thirds, because Davidoff is big on breaking their cigars down in thirds. As you smoke this cigar, it's as if Smucker's caramel sauce has coated your tongue on the finish. The oil has a distinct caramel note to it. There's a chocolatey smoothness to the draw, and it still has a pleasant, spicy, woody cedar on the finish. Especially if you retrohale, you'll get little bits of cinnamon. It's a nice, spicy cinnamon, and it's so predominant, and it plays and dances so well that I thoroughly started to enjoy this cigar. The first third had very good notes, great notes. But the quality of those notes tasted very similar to, like I said, a $5 to $15 cigar, kind of range depending on the puff. And then as soon as the second third hit is when I tasted the quality. Probably for the first time ever smoking a Davidoff cigar, I tasted the quality that I was meant to get the entire time. And you combine that with this. I mean, if you go back to my channel, take a look at like the Baccarat burn I got, the Texas Lancero burn I got. I mean, this ash game is strong on this cigar. It may make that band. I really don't want it to drop because it's makes such a mess, but this is strong ash right here. And if you seek those flavor notes out, if you look for caramel, if you look for the cinnamon, if you look for the leather, for the pepper, for the sweetness, for the chocolate, they're there. And they're prominent. But they don't hit you over the head that they're there. That's the flavor notes of this cigar. As soon as you taste those notes, it's a luscious caramel. It's a thick, creamy chocolate. It's still pepper. It's still spice. It's not dancing nearly as much as it was in the first third. But I'm digging this cigar. I'm going to smoke it down to the band, and I'll let you know if the ash holds on, but I'm thinking it's going to be off the next time you see me. See you in a bit. And we have made it to the band. Now, if you can't tell, I got something in my mouth. I wanted to bring out the caramel flavor more. So I actually popped in a Werther's, which I got when I was sick a couple weeks ago. I got tired of sucking on hard candy, like not hard candy, cough drops all the time. Oh, the band. Just Davidoff, Black Label band. Like nothing crazy, nothing... Hold on. Davidoff, Black Label band, nothing crazy, nothing really interesting, just Davidoff. But, as I got past the second third, the flavor of caramel started to die off. And I didn't want it to. So I wanted to see. And it 100% works. But if you're drawing things into your mouth over and over again, you might, like, you know, choke on a Werther's. So probably not the best idea. But it was interesting to see if it'd bring back out the caramel flavors. And I think another option would be if you had like a classic Coke or a cream soda to smoke this with. That'd be phenomenal. Because as we hit this final third here, we're back to... Honestly, it's fallen off again for me. The beginning I loved a lot. It was dancey, it was movie, it danced, it had pepper, it had spice, it had a lot going on to it. It just didn't taste like anything amazing, right? It just tastes like cigars I've had before. Then we hit the second third, and it threw in the caramel, threw in the more cinnamon, the sweetness, the pepper, the spice was still there, and then it added to it. When we're at the final third here, and we're back down to wood. Wood, more wood, a side of wood, and a little bit of wood is the flavor profile of the final third here. Most of the pepper is gone, most of the spice is gone, some leather still, but predominantly wood. Like even what's the graphic say? Let's just see. What is the final third supposed to taste like according to Davidoff? And the final third should have spices, leather, and pepper. So according to them and their little infographic, the final third here should be loaded with pepper and spices and leather. And I get wood and pepper. And leather is probably there too. I just hate leather so much. The disdain is probably just on my palate. And I'm like, yeah, it's probably leather. It's not great. As we get to this tapered tip here at the cap, it's also getting harder to draw. I'm not a fan of the final third. The first third was good. The second third was great, and we're tripping to the goal line here. And you hate to see it, but I've noticed it tends to happen for me with these tapered cigars. With torpedo tips. I feel like all of the acrid, it almost acts like a filter, and as you draw it in, you're like, there's no acrid taste, there's no acrid taste, there's no acrid taste, until you get to the end, you're like, oh, there, it's all right there. You've been sucking it all into this little tube, and because there's been so much of cigar burning, you haven't noticed the acrid taste, but now that all that's left is the tapered part of the cigar, you get it all. And I've purged it a couple times, it helps for a couple puffs, but then it all comes back, and it's just kind of bitter wood with some pepper and leather. And to me, that's not a cigar for me. But overall, it's still a good smoke. Would I personally pay $22 to experience this again? No, I wouldn't. I would absolutely smoke it again, but I wouldn't pay for it. It's a good cigar, but there's just so many other notes, like cigars out there, and there are so many other cigars that have caramel for a cheaper price point. Like, there are many My Father's cigars that have the same profile that this had at the beginning, and they're between $8 and $14. There's a couple options that are around $5. You want to get all of them together in one cigar? Then yeah, you're probably going to have to shell out something like $22 because this does, in fact, take you on a journey, and that should cost something. I agree, but do I want to pay for that trip? No. I'd rather ride coach. That's just me, though. But let me know in the comments down below. Do you like the Davidoff Nicaragua cigar? Do you like Davidoff cigars? Which is another Davidoff you think I should check out on this channel? I'd love to know and hear from you in the comments down below. If you like this video, like, comment, but honestly, honestly, do me a favor and just comment anything, because it all helps the video do well, and I appreciate the support when you do so. But yeah, but this is a fantastic cigar. This is a really good cigar, though. I absolutely would. If I knew someone who wanted to experience this cigar and they've been looking at it, this is definitely something I'd give to a friend. It'd be have to be a good friend. It'd have to be a good friend to buy him a $22 cigar when I know I could buy him a couple other cigars for the same exact price. For that same budget, I could buy him a couple of cigars, you know? But at the same time, it's a good stick. It really, really is. And if you hate the fact that the beard is gone, I understand. So does everyone else in my family. But every now and then, I just got to go clean shaven for a little bit. This is 1 day's worth of growth. It's the end of the day. I shaved this morning, so it'll be back really, really soon. You know, I figured it was time. Seasons changing. Life was going through a lot of shit. Finally, we're at pretty much the end of that. I was like, you know what? Let's go back to square one, set up for the winter, and grow something nice. You know what I mean? Just sometimes you gotta you gotta make a change. A little change that you're gonna hate for a little while, because this is a face I haven't seen since I was around 16 years old. And I only see it about once every couple years, maybe once a year. I typically don't go all the way down to clean shaven. I'll typically take an electric razor and just trim it all and leave stubble. But I didn't do that this time, and I don't love it, but I also don't hate it. But yeah, beard will be back. Cigar reviews ain't going anywhere. We got loads to get through. Good times ahead. Appreciate y'all greatly. Would I buy this cigar again? No, but I would experience it again, and I would buy this cigar for a friend. But if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all of those YouTuber things. And as always, you can call me DJ. Thanks for watching PJ, and I'm going to see you